everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are very good. Welcome back to the new and the very first session of Science Class 3rd, chapter number 1st, which is living and non-living things. Okay, students, we are surrounded by a numerous variety of things, and these all things can be classified into two major groups of living and non-living. Okay, now what are the features or the characteristics on the basis of which we classify these objects into these two groups? Let us learn and explore them. So, in this session, we are going to learn the difference between living and non living things. Okay, so first of all, what you have to do, you have to look at all these pictures and then you have to write L for living things and NL for non-living things. So students, let me first of all tell you that all those things or the objects which have life in them, they are known as living things. But the things which do not have life in them, they are known as non-living things. So now if you observe these pictures, so you can easily classify them. See, if we talk about this plant, so plants are considered to have life in them and therefore they are living things. Then this is a ball which do not have life. So we will write non-living aniki. That means NL for it. Then it is a dog, again a living thing. So we will write L for it. Then it is a cat which have life in it. That means a living thing. Then bag do not have life. This is non-living thing. Sun, again a non-living thing. This is moon and stars, again non-living things. He is a man. That means a person, a human being which have life. Therefore, it is a living thing. Mountains, non-living thing. Pencil, non-living thing. Bird, living thing. Elephant or animals are living thing. Alright. Now let's proceed the chapter. See, same which I told you that there are many things around us. Okay. Some of them are living while others are non-living. Now the things which have life in them. Okay. The things which have life in them, they are called the living things. And majorly human beings, animal, birds, plants. All of these are living things because they have life in them. These living beings can see, breathe, move, eat, grow, and also reproduce. But on the other hand, the things that do not have life, they are called non-living things. Example, rocks, mountains, toys, clothes, etc. They all are non-living things. They cannot carry out any of the processes which the living organisms can. Like they do not feel, breathe, eat, reproduce like living things. And this is what actually makes the difference between living and non-living. These life processes only. Okay. Now they have given you the difference between living and non-living things. Very first is what? That living things need food. Okay. Students, all living things require food. Why? To grow, to get energy from the food. If we talk about humans, animals, where do they get food from? They get food from plants or the other animals. And plants, as they are also living beings, but they are the only living beings which can prepare their own food. Okay, they are not dependent on any other living organism. Okay, but if we talk about humans and animals, they are dependent on the plants for their food. Overall, all living things need food to grow, to get energy, and to be healthy. Right? See, they have given you that green plants make their own food with the help of water, air, and sunlight. Next is what? Non-living things. So students, non-living things do not prepare food. They do not need food because they do not have life, right? Like rocks, mountains, toys, clothes, etc. They neither prepare food nor need it to live. Okay. Second feature is that living things grow. If we talk about the baby, okay, you can see this is a baby which grows into a child. Okay, and then the child grows into an adult. Why? Because it is a living being. Similarly, a puppy also grows into a dog. A chick, it grows into a hen. A seed, it grows into a tree. A bud, it grows into a flower, which in turns grow into a fruit. So this is how all the living beings grow with the lifespan, along with their lifespan with the passage of time. This is a baby which is growing into a child, and this is a seed which is growing into a plant. But if we talk about non-living things, they do not grow ever in their life. They remain of the same shape and size throughout. Okay. Next is living things breathe. Yes, all living things breathe. Okay. Every living being has a different organ for their purpose of breathing. Like human beings breathe through their lungs. These are the lungs through which the human beings breathe. What they do take in oxygen from the air. The oxygen which is dissolved in the air surrounding us. These lungs helps to intake that oxygen, and then they breathe out carbon dioxide. Okay, but for taking in and for taking out this air, we use our nostrils. Okay, these two nostrils are used to inhale and exhale, right? Then if we talk about fishes, they also breathe, but they have a special organ for breathing purpose known as gills. These are the gills of the fishes used for breathing. Then animals like earthworm, leech, okay, what they do? They also breathe, but through their skin. Similarly, plants are also living beings. They also breathe, but they breathe through the tiny pores. There are very tiny pores which are present on the underside surface of the leaves known as stomata. And these stomata only helps the plants to breathe or for the gaseous exchange. These are the stomata, and these are the worms breathe through their skin. But on the contrast, if we talk about non-living things, they do not breathe. Okay. Next, living things move. Yes, all living things can move. Whether it is human beings, animals, they can move from one place to another. Why? In search of food, water, and shelter. If we talk about plants, plants do not move from one place to another, but they show the slow movement. Okay, like the touch me not plant. This is the touch me not plant. When we touch it, leaves get what? They get closed. This is the movement which they are showing. Then human beings, some land animals, how do they move? They move with their feet. Birds move, and their movement is known as flying. And how do they fly? They fly with the help of wings. Similarly, fish swim in the water with the help of their fins. You can see this is the legs of a dog. These are the wings of a bird. These are the fins of a fish. Okay? And these are the different body organs with the help of which the animals move. They show movement. Similarly, snake and snail, they crawl on the surface. Frogs hop or jump, right? But non-living things, they do not move on their own. They cannot move on their own from one place to another. Why? Because they are lifeless. They can move only when someone moves them. Okay? That means An external force is required to move any of the non-living thing. Okay. Next is living things feel. Yes, all the living things can feel. Why? Because they have some special organs known as sense organs. And these sense organs help the living beings to feel the changes occurring around them. Okay? Like a dog. Dog hands out its tongue when it feels hot. You can see this is a dog which is panting when because it is feeling hot, and therefore it has hang out its tongue like this. Okay. Then similarly elephant, what does it do? It fans its ears to keep itself cool in the summer season because they can feel the changes, they can feel the surroundings. Similarly, cold winds also make us shiver. Okay. And as we have talked about this plant, which is touch me not plant, it also folds its leaf when someone touches it. Why? Because these all are living beings. They can feel the changes around them, and then they can respond also towards them. But the non-living things, they do not respond to the changes in the surrounding. Okay. Why? Because they do not have any feeling. They are lifeless. Next is what living things reproduce. Okay. All living things reproduce. Whether it is human beings, animals like cow, horse, dog, etc. They all are living beings. They can reproduce. Means what? They can give birth to their young ones. They can produce of their own kind. And we have some other animals like birds, fishes, snake and frogs. They also lay the eggs. They do not give directly birth to their young ones. They lay the eggs, and then through those eggs, their young ones hatch out of the eggs. Right? Then plants are also living beings. They can also reproduce. How? Through the seeds or through the other parts of their body like their stem, leaves, roots, etc. You can see this is the mother and baby. This is hen and chick. This is the plant with bud and flower. But if we talk about non-living things, they cannot reproduce. Okay. Next is what? Living things have a life cycle. They have a definite lifespan. See, all living things are born, they grow up, they reproduce, they grow old, and then they finally die. This is what is known as a complete life cycle. Okay? Like, sorry. The eggs of a butterfly hatch into caterpillar. This is the egg of a butterfly which hatches out and it turns into a caterpillar, which is also known as larva. After that, this caterpillar, what does it do? It grows into pupa. Okay, this is the caterpillar which is growing into a pupa, and then finally it turns into butterfly. That means what? This is the whole or the complete life cycle of a butterfly. Similarly, mosquitoes, plants, every living being has a definite or a particular life cycle, right? But non-living things, they do not have a life cycle. Okay? See, they have given an amazing fact that a housefly will lives for 2 weeks only. They have a life cycle of 2 weeks only. So, students, like this, we have discussed the differences between the living and non-living things. And what we have commonly concluded over here, that all the life processes which are there in the living beings or which are carried out by them, they are not possessed by the non-living things. And this is what makes a difference between these two, right? The next topic which we have is natural and man-made things. So, students, now, non-living things can be further divided into two types also, that is natural and man-made. If we talk about sun, moon, star, rivers, cloud, mountain, etc. All these are natural things because they exist on their own in our nature. They are not made by any human being. But there are some things which are made by the man, made by the human being, like we have chair, table, benches, desk, computer, etc. All these are what? These are man-made things. They do not exist on their own. So like this, these two are also the what? Further sub-classification of non-living things. You can see these are the natural things and these are the man-made things. Okay, so the chapter is completed over here. This was a whole differentiation between the two broad categories of the things around us. Okay, and also the difference between natural and man-made things. I hope the chapter was very clear to you, and now you can easily classify the things around you, or the even in the room in which you are sitting right now. You can classify all those objects surrounding you as living and non-living on the basis of the features which I have explained you in this session today. Okay, let's meet in the next class with a new and exciting topic. Till then, learn well, keep going well. Thanks to everyone.